She said, "I don't belong to anyone." So I stopped showing up. I never thought a few words could shatter the life I believed I had built. Not just a sentence, but a sentence that stripped away trust, love, and hope in one fell swoop. Her name is Emily. We had been married for 6 years. On paper, everything looked perfect. Shared responsibilities, a comfortable home, friends, and routines we had built together. I believed in her, in us. I trusted her completely. Then came that night. We had been arguing about small things, as couples sometimes do. But the tension had been building for months. I had noticed subtle signs of distance, unexplained texts, late nights, moments when her gaze lingered elsewhere. I had tried to overlook them, rationalize them, believe she was still the woman I married. That night, during one of our arguments, I confronted her gently about my feelings. "Emily, I feel like you're pulling away. Am I imagining this?" I asked, hoping for honesty, hoping for clarity. She looked at me, her eyes cold, distant, and then she said it, words that will forever be etched in my mind. "I don't belong to anyone." I froze. My chest tightened. My mind raced. I tried to understand what she meant, tried to convince myself that it wasn't as serious as it sounded. But deep down I knew, those words weren't just about freedom. They were about rejection. They were about betrayal. They meant that our marriage, everything I had invested in, meant nothing to her. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I didn't cry. I walked away. Not in anger, but in clarity. I realized that if she truly didn't belong to anyone, if she couldn't honor the commitment we had made, then there was no point in staying, no point in fighting for someone who had already decided they didn't want to fight for you. I stopped showing up, not as a punishment, not as a threat, but as a boundary. I stopped attending our shared routines, stopped answering her calls, stopped trying to fix what was broken. I removed myself from the life she had chosen to disregard. At first, it felt empty, almost unbearable. The house was quiet without her, but the silence was not peaceful. It was loaded with the weight of betrayal. Friends asked questions, family expressed concern, but I remained firm. My absence wasn't abandonment, it was self-preservation. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months. I focused on myself, my work, and my personal growth. Slowly, I rebuilt the version of me that had been diminished by years of neglect and betrayal. Each day, I regained strength, clarity, and self-respect. Eventually, she tried to reach me. She sent messages, called, even came to our shared home, expecting to find me waiting, ready to forgive, ready to return. But I didn't respond. I had learned the hard way that betrayal isn't something you fix with apologies or excuses. It's something you recognize, set boundaries against, and move past. When she finally realized I wasn't coming back, not because I wanted revenge, not because I wanted to punish her, but because I valued myself enough to walk away, her demeanor changed. Confusion replaced arrogance, frustration replaced indifference, but it was too late. I had already reclaimed my life. That phrase, "I don't belong to anyone," could have destroyed me. But instead, it became a catalyst to recognize my worth, to set boundaries, and to walk away from someone who could not honor love, commitment, or trust. Betrayal is painful. It's raw. It's personal. And it often comes from those closest to us, those we trust the most. But in that pain, I discovered resilience. In that rejection, I found strength. And in my absence, I realized that sometimes the most powerful response isn't confrontation or revenge, it's silence, self-respect, and the courage to move forward. I stopped showing up for her, and in doing so, I started showing up for myself. I stopped waiting for someone who could never be faithful, honest, or committed. I stopped investing energy in a relationship that had no future, and slowly, quietly, I began to heal. Years later, I look back at that moment, not with regret, but with clarity. Betrayal is a teacher. It teaches that love is not enough when respect is absent. It teaches that boundaries are essential. And it teaches that walking away from someone who refuses to belong to you can be the bravest, most liberating choice of all. Emily's words hurt, yes, they cut deep. But my response, silence, distance, self-respect, healed me. And in the end, I realized that belonging starts with yourself, not with anyone else.